Michael, thanks for joining me to talk about Longhorn textbook access. Would you like to introduce yourself? We'll start off that way.
Sure. My name is Michael Kiely, and I'm the Director of Course Materials at the University Co-op.
Great, thanks. And I'm Dave Platt. I'm the Vice Provost for Undergraduate Academic Affairs at the University of Texas at Austin. And we're here to talk about Longhorn textbook access, which we'll be calling LTA for short, because that's kind of a mouthful. And LTA, Longhorn textbook access, is a collaboration between the University Co-op and the University of Texas at Austin to simplify the process for getting textbooks for students, and specifically for providing digital course materials for students at the lowest available price and available to them on the very first day of class. So first off, let me say how much I appreciate Co-op joining us in this venture and working together with us. It's been a real fun partnership.
It has, Dave, and thank you for the opportunity. We really appreciate it. The University Co-op's been around almost as long as the university itself, and it's in our mission to support the university in any way we can. And Longhorn textbook access is just another way that we can support UT. That's
great. So to get into this from a faculty perspective, what are the things that a faculty member should consider if they're thinking about LTA materials for their class?
Well, yeah, first and foremost, it's faculty choice whether to participate in LTA or not. Okay. They don't have to change the materials that they're currently using for their courses. Every student will have a no cost, no commitment access to the materials for the first 12 class days. The pricing is guaranteed to be the lowest available. And students can easily opt out of the program if they want a different format or if they find a better deal elsewhere.
Thanks for mentioning opt out. It's really important to us that students know that they're not stuck in this program and that they can get out and find books in another way if they need to. How does that work if a student wants to opt out?
There's a couple of ways that students can opt out. Students will receive several emails from the co-op reminding them that they're in the LTA class. And those emails will have a link that they can click on and then go opt out. Additionally, and perhaps the easiest way, there'll be an opt-out button within Canvas. They can simply press that and that'll opt them out. I think it's important to know that students can opt out and back in as many times as they want up until the 12th class day. That's right.
And even if they've opted out, they still have access to the materials until the 12th class day.
In most cases, yes. Absolutely.
Okay. I should mention that on UT's side, for students who stay opted in, we bill them through their What I Owe, the non-tuition account called What I Owe. But if they don't pay by the deadline, we don't stick them with some sort of a financial bar or something. We just cancel the bill. Now that's a problem in that the student needs to have a way to get access to those materials, and that's a different problem to deal with. You all help with that, right?
Getting access to the materials?
Yeah.
If they're having a hard time getting access to the materials before the final payment is due in their account, then they can just contact us, and our customer service team will assist them in getting access. Now, if they contact us after the final payment is due on their What I Owe account,
and they haven't paid and we have to drop them,
then they can contact us and we'll give them the information on how they can purchase the material directly from the publisher or the source of the materials.
Okay, great. What's the experience been like working with faculty who adopted LTA? During the pilot, we didn't mention, we just ran a pilot in the spring of 21, worked quite well. We learned a few things that we're fixing, but it worked very well. What's your experience been like working with faculty during the pilot?
Well, the faculty participating in the pilot really were pleased with how smooth it went. Like you said, okay. It worked very smoothly, and they appreciated the fact that the students had the materials on day one. At class, the materials were there for the students. They also appreciated the fact that the students were getting the product cheaper than in previous semesters.
Yeah. Have you noticed any challenges, anything that, if I'm a faculty member looking to adopt this, anything I should watch out for, be careful about?
Well, it's it's a new program, so the students aren't quite familiar with it yet.
Right.
So if faculty can put a small description of the LTA program in their syllabus and let students know that the product is available, in Canvas, that would be helpful. And any reminder that the faculty can give on the opt-out deadlines, that would be helpful as well.
Okay. Okay, good. What have you heard from students about the program? I'm sure they call you when things don't go quite right.
Yeah, and fortunately, we didn't have many students calling saying they get access to the materials. That wasn't a problem at all. But the ones that I talked to really were receptive of the program. They really appreciated the ease of access to getting to the materials, and certainly appreciated the low cost.
Good. I'm going to jump forward one question here. What should an instructor do if they want to start adopting LTA for their class?
It's a great question. Probably the easiest way is in our adoption tool that faculty have been using for years now. There's a new widget, is what I'm calling it. There's a new widget in there that explains the LTA program and actually shows the faculty of the materials that they've adopted, shows them whether or not the material is LTA eligible, meaning that it's in digital format and it's got an LTA preferred price on it. And then if the faculty are interested, they simply says, yes, I'm interested in LTA. We and I get messaged that faculty member is interested in it. And then we reach back out and give them a little more detail and confirm that they want to use LTA for the upcoming semester. It's that simple.
Okay, so then it's kind of one.
If the faculty isn't necessarily comfortable using the adoption program, which there might be a very small percentage of faculty that have just emailed us directly for years with it. They can just email us and say, hey, I'm interested in LTA. The product I use, is it eligible?
Okay. So the first time through, basically, either they're just going to one click in the adoption process to say they want to know more about it, or they're going to email you in a few cases, and you're going to walk them through it. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. If I remember right, then in future semesters, the LTA version will just appear for them, right, in the adoption tool? Yeah,
if they say, I just want a copy from a previous semester, they'll know that it's LTA because we're labeling it LTA.
Great. On a somewhat related topic, in addition to commercial course materials, open educational resources, or OER, sort of materials that are free for students, are part of what we're trying to promote in this program. Does the co-op support OER in some way?
Absolutely. The University Co-op is a nonprofit, and that certainly separates us from the for-profit bookstore. And it's in our mission, as I said before, it's in our mission to support students and faculty of UT, and we want the best outcomes for students. So if OER is what will provide the best outcomes, we support that fully. And faculty actually adopt OER in the faculty adoption program, and they also make OER product available through the LTA program.
Okay, great. So, and it's my impression if they adopt OER through the adoption program, it actually can show up in Canvas for students with their other textbooks. Is that right?
Yeah, right. And yeah, absolutely.
Good. That's great. So we've put a pretty extensive FAQs on the Provost site, which maybe we can put a link for people to be able to find those FAQs, or on your site as well. But any last thoughts for an instructor who might want to adopt LTA?
Well, a lot of this we've already covered, but the LTA does not require faculty to change the materials that they currently use or have used in the past. It's available to the students on the first class day. Students can opt out of the program very easily. And then I guess the last thing I'd like to say is that if faculty have any questions whatsoever about the program, I encourage them to contact me directly.
Excellent. Thank you. It's been good talking to you, and also good working with you on the program.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you, Dave.
All right.